Making friends can be hard, especially since the pandemic. Well, friendship expert Shara Lead is here to tell us how she is on a mission to reconnect with women and a great project. It's called 50 States, 50 Women Project. And this is really cool, Shari, because you kind of like said, you want to get back to meeting people, you know it's hard, and you're a friendship expert. So what is a friendship expert?
Well, I'm also a life coach, and so a lot of my clients, they're in my age range, which is middle ages, the fabulous middle ages, and a lot of the issues that when I started were around friendships, and actually friendships and not necessarily romantic relationships, but the relationship of friendship. And so I started doing coaching a lot around friendships, specifically female friendships, and just helping develop that, even helping end friendships sometimes.
Yeah, because it's very interesting that we were saying that women, they are the first ones. They're pretty easy to find friends and lifelong friends, but sometimes those lifelong friends get separated from distance and everything. So trying to meet someone new in the neighborhood or someone at coffee can be kind of hard. So you decided you wanted to go out and do some reconnecting, also meet some people. So this is really neat.
Yeah.
You just started.
I just started 3 weeks ago.
And this is your third state that you come to. And so far you've been to?
New Mexico, Hawaii.
Okay.
And so I was trying to pick all warm weather places, but it's kind of cold right now in Arizona.
Yeah. And are these women, like I said, are they women you know, kind of know, have a little story together? How does this all work?
A lot of the women, at least half of the 50 women, are women that I absolutely have never met before at all. Others are those I've met but have had very little to no contact within the last 35 years or so.
Wow.
So essentially these are strangers, and I'm going to every state to sit down and share a meal with these women and try to find connection.
Yeah, that's really cool, because the connection that you're starting to find is even your first story you said was very interesting, because one, you said you've been adopted, and then you find out about this friend who...
Well, her father was adopted, and her father was looking for birth relatives. He was having some health problems, and I asked her if I could share, and she said, of course I can. But he was having some health problems. He found through Ancestry.com, birth relatives, learned that he has, through a process, Huntington's disease, which is a genetic disorder, or I'm not saying it right, but it's on a genetic gene. And so she has a 50% chance of having this as well, and this was in 2017. So she was a complete stranger to me. We're sitting down having this conversation. She's explained to me that in 2017 her life changed. She started to live life to the fullest, not wasting a moment. Well, 2017, in addition to our coincidence with me being adopted, 2017 I also received a breast cancer diagnosis, and that changed my life, where I started living life very purposefully and doing things like this, not wasting time. When I think of an idea, if it makes sense to me, I now do it.
I love it. And this eventually, I think it's going to be a book that you're going to put all together, which is really neat. And I know you're going to go through the whole year, or are you just doing half the year? Because you have 50 states. I mean, how's it going to work?
Yeah, for the most part, I'm hoping to finish up. I'm scheduled now with all the dates to hopefully finish up early October. This gives me a little leeway if things happen, because obviously a lot could happen. But I definitely want to finish up by December 31st of this year.
I love it. Okay, let's give some advice to women out there after hearing the story, going, wow, this might be something they want to do maybe on a smaller scale, not go all 50 states and 50 women. So what's some things you could tell them that is important to do with this kind of project?
I think, honestly, with this kind of project or just making friends, don't be afraid to make the first move. I found that even trying to contact strangers, it was overwhelming when I thought of this, right? I'm just somebody from the Seattle area. I was so surprised how receptive people were to meet with me. So my first piece of advice is don't be afraid to make the first move. What's the worst that can happen?
Yeah, and it's meeting coffee. And so, and that's the other way around too. If someone reaches out to you, so let's meet up for coffee and see. It's nothing's gonna happen. You get to meet in a public place. Sit and talk, and you might have that connection, which will be amazing.
Yes, and like I said, I'm so surprised how receptive people were. And the one pushback I got, and I told them this maybe become a book, so you have to be comfortable with that. I thought the pushback would be, oh, I'm a private person. Instead, the pushback was, I don't know if I'm interesting enough for you.
Wow. Wow.
which made me sad because I think everyone's interesting to meet and has a story.
Everybody does. I love it. And everybody can find out the story. So where can they go to follow you on this journey? Because and it's kind of neat to see that you're doing this. So.
Yeah, so I'm posting, well, on Instagram and Imperfectly Perfect Life, or my website, and Imperfectly Perfect Life. I didn't consult a brander. You were talking about social media earlier. I didn't consult a brander when I got my business name, but it is An Imperfectly Perfect Life anywhere, or Sherry Lead.
I love it. Sherry, thank you very much for coming. This is a great story. So enjoy
Thank
the
you.
meeting and the project in all 50 states.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.